Alright, what is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to another Direct Strike Weekly Brawl. We are playing our Tychus, obviously. Oh my god, we have Cakes on Tychus, and we got Kaz on Stetmann. Alright, Brawl modifiers, we have some hallowed ground here. We also have Aura, so that's not too great as Tychus. And we also have Stim. I already know who's going to be super strong this week. It's going to be Kerrigan. Kerrigan, Hydralisk, and that Stim is going to be nuts. But it is what it is. What are we against here? I'm against Stetmann. Oh. Alright, well, Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. I think Tychus can beat Stetmann. It's rather hard for Stetmann to beat Tychus, I think. It's the... I just gotta control the lurkers, and then I should win. I want the fun, and you need the luck! Oh my god. Same. Alright, let's just put out the aura here. Actually, blood on Tychus is gonna be pretty good, considering we have the health regen aura in the center. We're just gonna regenerate. Ooh. We're just gonna regenerate. Wow. A lot of Stetmann. Shot through the heart and you're too blink. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna throw some nades here. Maybe. Look at that blood. I am healing. Oh, Gumba's just coming in. Oh my god. We got Mutal. Wait, Kerrigan seriously went Mutalisk? Why would Kerrigan go Mutalisk? Oh, I guess Hydralisks are pretty bad into Kaz. Let's see. What am I gonna do here? Actually, also these things have Stim pack as well. The turrets have Stim too. That's pretty gnarly, actually. But yeah, against like the lurkers, I need something that has detection. I wonder if getting Vega would be good. One or two more. Yeah. I think I'm probably gonna try and record like at least another game here. But yeah, tier list is gonna have to come out on Sundays now, I think, just because I'm filming on Saturday mornings and I gotta teach. I guess like good news slash bad news is that like I have less students now compared to before. And so in a way it's like good in that sense I have time, but bad in the sense that I'm like my money. But it's whatever, it's fine. Whatever, it's fine. Let's see.
This one.
I think I'm just gonna go for this here. I'm gonna go for a Vega as well.
Go.
I'm gonna get the Vega. Time to ground the Gary. Ground the Gary. Actually, I'm gonna get Nikara as well. It's gonna be spicy here. Side projector brings up to 5 enemy. I just want the side projector. And then with Nikara, it's gonna be kind of hilarious. Actually, I could probably go Sirius. Sirius could probably handle it. Oh my god, those lings are just running in and dying. Can Gary out-damage me?
Go.
No. I have blood on Tychus. Oh, that's Abathur! Well, I just stole his Devour. So that Devour is just gonna help me kill everything. And look at that. That blood just helped us tank most of that turret there. Oh my god. Does Vega have her mind control up? Oh my god, can I ground those things? Oh yes, I can. Oh, Vega just went down. Once we can play a different arcade game direct type. I think I've had someone recommend me SC2HC. I have no idea what SC2HC stands for besides Starcraft 2 something. Oh my god, that's a lot of Banelings. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I'm down to check it out. But like, probably I won't, I don't know. I don't know if I want to make a video on it the first time I check it out, because you guys know how Starcraft 2 arcade game modes be like. It's like you come in the game and it's like, hello, welcome. And then there's like 50 buttons, and they're all doing something, and I'm just like, yeah. So I'm just like, you know, you really gotta know what's going on before like you can come back. Vega, where are you going? Come back, Vega. I guess Vega just ran out of stuff to hit. Anyways, I think I might just buy some kebs and plow through, or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some kebs and push through.
Not enough.
There we go. Let's get Kev 1, and let's get Kev 2.
Not enough minerals.
Oh, they blinked. They blinked. No Alex now. There we go. Get that secret stim stash. Oh my God, Super Gary! Somebody stop him! Void Ray spam left. Oh wait, now I'm gonna need some Banelings, anti-Banelings. The Banelings are actually pretty bad to Tychus because Blaze can just eat all of them. That is, of course, if Blaze is ready. There we go. I got my Kevs out here. There we go. We got our big heal. Alright, Kev. Run it. Run it. There we go. That's my boy. Oh, man. When you build all air, that's what happens. Double Kev. Smash through. Why? How did I do so much damage? I don't even know. It's probably because I was hitting the buildings. Let me check out how we did on Tychus. 34, 3, 3, 9. There we go. All right. Well, I'll see you guys in the tier list, but then I'll also see you guys in the next video. All right, and we are back. Let's get right to it, boys. Brawl modifiers. Once again, we got the homebrew. Units gain permanent stim and HP regen. We also have hallowed. The staging area provides various buffs, as well as we have aura, which allows us to pick a powerful buff for our units. So I think this week we want to focus on fast attacking small to medium sized units, or maybe I should say low to medium cost units that benefit from attack speed, so they don't have too much base attack speed to begin with, or they have a giga attack speed steroid and like a decent amount of attack speed like to start with. So value generation, you probably want to do it via auto attacks. So like Stukov tanks could be better than say Creeper Host, for example, or Swarm Host, for example, because everything's just auto attack based. But I think that's about it. You really like tankiness really isn't going to be too great because everything just does more damage. So you probably just want to hit harder and you want to hit fast. So here's how I think things line up. So I think Kerrigan is undoubtedly going to be the strongest this week in terms of her machine gun Hydralisk, and also do not sleep on her Mutalisk. Oh man, the Muta bounce with the stim is nuts. Her Ultralisk are also really powerful because every time they hit something, they heal. And now they hit things faster, so they heal faster. So they're actually, maybe they're not keeping pace with how much damage you're taking, but like, you know, it's better than nothing. And yeah, literally everything else Kerrigan has going for her, like her Broodlords are auto attack value generation as well. It's just good. So yeah, Kerrigan S. Let's go. Raynor bio is absolutely insane this week. Any amount of AoE though will probably be able to shut it down. So some of our AoE heavy boys could be a little bit higher up, I think. But I don't know, guys. You just gotta like, I think there could be an argument made for Stetmann being higher up, just to counter the other guys, all our guys here who are using very small units that run at you really quickly. But we'll think about that for a little bit. Next, we have Manx. Manx is undoubtedly going to be strong. He's got LMG boys. He can put them in Warhounds if he wants to. He's got Aegis Guard. Man, you could just go tanks and like whatever you do normally with Manx, and that could probably work suboptimally, but like, you know, it's better than nothing. Also, your Earthshaker artillery is going to be stimmed this week, so it's going to be insane. In the A tier, we have commanders who I think are decently strong with the stim. Not as strong as our S tier commanders for sure, but they're definitely no slouch. So I think Phoenix with Adept Immortal and probably toss in a few Colossi could be great. It really helps that Taldarin's ability is attack speed based. Large amounts of Adepts just gonna be good. Adepts kind of suffer from not enough attack speed, but now you kind of make up for that by just giving them stim. Sure, they're not attacking as fast as the other guys, but you're probably gonna run into a bunch of light enemies, and Adepts are great against light enemies, so they more than make up for that. And yeah, the Immortals can help them take care of anything else. And that's that. Basically, you can throw in some Colossi for some AoE, but yeah, don't look at anything that flies, boys. If something starts flying, like I don't know, it's kind of game over. So yeah, next we have Stukov. Stukov's boys. You probably want to build Marines rather than a bunker, because the bunker is less worth in terms of the health anymore, and it's more prohibitive to build the bunker. You can build 9 Marines or a bunker, which is just 6 Marines and 400 extra HP. It could be good in situations where you're getting a lot of AoE, but like to start the game, probably just run some Marines. And you can probably transition into like either Banshees or like Diamondbacks, and then toss in some infested siege tanks for the delicious value generation explosion AoE, which actually potentially might be stronger. Actually, no, I don't think so. Kerrigan's Ultralisk can just run you over. Stukov doesn't really have a solid front line this week, because his front line is just a ball of Marines, basically. And yeah. Anyways, you don't need a front line. Just kill him, guys. Han and Horner, you can do some nasty Reaper transitions into Wraiths, or you can just stick with the Reapers because they have Stim anyways. And so they're going to do quite a lot of damage. And then if you get lucky and you roll fire, you can just probably melt everything until your opponents decide to get some sort of AoE in the air or on the ground, or both. Then you can just be like, psych, it's Wraiths time. And Wraiths are also ridiculously strong. So that's that. I think for Dahaka, you can definitely cheese the cannon with some Ravasors, especially if you manage to get Force or some sort of, additional damage modifier. I actually took the cannon at 1 minute with a Dahaka game I literally just played before this, but then proceeded to lose because Dahaka late game scaling is kind of papega, and Dahaka anti-air this week is worse than what it normally is, because your anti-air is mostly cooldown based. If you're against like stuff that flies, you just kind of have to go for the creeper host. Dahaka Mutalisk are just, their tankiness is essentially invalidated faster. So yeah, and then your Hydralisk are just worse than everybody else's Hydralisk. So it just feels bad, man. So yeah, that's why Dahaka's not higher than S, I think. He's definitely pretty strong though. Like Ravasors, not to be trifled with. Now in the B tier we have commanders who I think they are strong. Like they're not like redonkulously strong. They have some growing pains to like ease into the game. But I think once you get established into like a mid-late game build, they can be very strong. So Alarak, oh man, you're gonna need some extra nuggies and probably a lot of Slayers to start before you start doing anything else. Vanguards, however, will probably be really good this week. Like they'll probably be the unit that you'll need a lot of. And if you somehow manage to get the Wrathwalkers in large enough numbers, then it's just game over, I'm pretty sure. Although you'll probably be facing lots of particulate small units, so you'll probably see more Vanguards than anything else. You'll probably just need a little bit more nuggies and, get that tier 2 so Alarak can do that lifesteal action whenever something dies. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you can make it to the mid to late game. Then you'll just start pummeling everything, because Alarak's AoE anti-armor and high damage, which is gated usually behind low attack speed, is now just high attack speed for both. So it's going to be pretty good. Zagara, I think you just got to scale. Zagara's AoE with her abs are pretty strong. Although I think it's probably not the best to get abs this week because of the fact that they just die. That's their whole job, really. Hunter killers are probably what you want more of, or maybe even roaches, I'll be honest. But I think there's an argument to be made for just buying a lot of splash damage that delivers itself quickly to your opponents, because you're going to be up against a lot of small, squishy units that tend to get clumped together. So abs would probably still be your best answer, followed up by like a small hit squad of hunter killers that'll kill everything else that's left. That's probably it. Nova this week is going to be a bit of a struggle. I'm not actually sure what the transition is. It might be like, I don't know, Nova tank transition. Tanks are kind of finicky because they're great while they're sieged and shooting at stuff. And even more so this week because of their stim. But maybe you might have to put him in unsiege mode for a little bit. Like Nova's frontline, I don't even know. I don't know if Hellbats would be the best thing to go. I guess you probably have to build them. But it'd probably have to be something like, you probably could just run some Nova bio, like Marine Marauder, and like see how long you can get away with that, and then transition to probably, I would say Banshees wouldn't be bad in the central aura because they have cooldown reduction, and you're most likely against particulate units. So that should be good. Tanks and Liberators have low attack speed, but with the Stim, they hit faster, which is great. You can get either or of those based on situation. But God forbid there's somebody who builds Mutalisk against you, aka Kerrigan, because now it's like big struggle, because your Liberators were kind of struggling before. I think now they'll struggle maybe less, actually. I don't know, because the Stim on the Libs might actually help them kill faster, but the Mutas also hit you faster, so it might not really be that much help. Next in the B tier, we have Carax. I think Carax is essentially, you're going to play it just like you would Phoenix, except now instead of Adepts, you have Sentinels. And so you can't shoot up at all, and that's mega sad. I mean, you got Mirages, though. Yeah, I don't know. I think a Crusher Ground Carax could be pretty strong. You really got to, like, stop the bio flood early on, and then really be able to get to Colossi. And then after that, you'll probably want something to make your Colossi not get shot at first, so that'll probably be a bunch of Mirages as needed. That's probably it. I don't know, a lot of Annihilators in the center with the cooldown reduction, just blast away. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see Carriers being too great. Carriers, like, their attack speed's okay, but you know, they're a very expensive big unit that'll just get swarmed by a lot of small units. They could scale really well though, so like you kind of just have to pray that you don't lose and hit critical mass and then start winning. That's essentially it. That's the Carrier Gamba. Next, we got Abathur. I don't know. Abathur's units like tend to be on the tankier side and like CC your opponents. I mean, the Roaches can drop their CCs faster, which is good, I guess. They also are anti-light, so they're great against some other things. They can also have a lot of armor too, which is also pretty good. Overall, gonna be really durable, but I think Rainer Bio might just like run over it, and so will probably Manx with his LMG boys. Definitely the Hydralisk as well. So I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get started with Abathur. Exit strategy with Abathur this week? I'm actually not too sure. Probably don't want Swarm Host. Unless you roll a 50% CD, like total aura, then Swarm Host could maybe be made to work if you can keep your front line thick enough for long enough that they... No, I don't think it's going to work. Things do too much damage. Swarm Host, I don't think it will spawn fast enough, even with 50%. You probably need something closer to 100%. Not actually 100%, but like, you know, 100% faster spawn rate to maybe even make that work. So yeah. But overall, I don't think Abathur is like bad this week. It's just like his build is, I'm not quite sure what. I don't know. His late game like stack strategy is like usually just like Host or Ravagers. I guess Ravagers could be okay this week. Oh yeah, why do I keep forgetting about Ravagers? I always forget about Ravagers, boys. Anyways, yeah, he's probably because of the Ravagers. Their little AoE is pretty good. Put them in the central aura. That's about it. In the C tier, we have two Protoss commanders. We got Artanis and we got Vorazun. Artanis is there because he's got a good amount of AoE, but I think you're gonna struggle trying to stabilize into your death ball. You'll probably need a lot of Zealots. And maybe a few, you probably want to maybe just get High Templar just for the Psystorm. I don't know if Archons would be good for the tankiness, but they are not nearly as tanky as Immortals, and Immortals are much cheaper for that job. And if you want the Psystorm for the AoE, probably best to get High Templar. But the Psystorm is kind of nullified by the fact that the Stim packs give health regen. And so it's almost as if your Psystorm does half damage now. You'll probably need Reavers, which... run out of ammo. So you'll probably need twice as many Reavers as usual. I think it's an uphill battle for Artanis, but it's not like an unwinnable one. You just gotta play your cards right from the start. You have lots of AoE, just not a lot of ways of doing sustained ranged AoE in large enough amounts that matter, I think. because every other unit you have is just single target, very highly specialized, kind of slow attack speed, mostly tankier, so and mostly pricier too, so it's like not the best. Next we have Warzone. Warzone's damage output is Papega. This week, I mean, it's slightly better, but everyone hits harder. I don't know, I remember I played a game with one of our peeps. I forgot, there was somebody who said they had a 10% win rate on Warzone. I forgot who it was though. They were in color blue, and not that it matters. I think was it lasagna? A couple lasagna. Anyways, Warzone damage output is kind of potato, so it's a bit of a struggle, I think, uphill battle. I don't actually know what you're supposed to do for the AoE. Maybe like DTs, Archons take advantage of the fact that things hit each other really fast and hope that they gun each other down. I'm actually not too quite sure, but I think Warzone at least has like some potential to like stack a little with their stalkers. Maybe if it comes down to it, or like you can do some fancy stasis web Corsair disable stuff and like hopefully be able to drop some shots on your opponents before they get out of the stasis web. But that's about it, I think. Anyways, in the D tier, I think Stetmann might be rated unfairly down here, but I'm just thinking about it, like, all Stetmann really has is his very good anti-air Hydralisk, pretty tanky Ultralisk, and then Banelings. And the problem with that is there's no like medium-sized DPS unit. Yes, you could say the Hydras are the medium-sized DPS unit, but also they don't do enough damage, I feel. I don't think they do enough damage. They're also very vulnerable to AoE themselves, and they get outgunned by every single other Hydralisk out there, maybe with the exception of Dahaka Hydralisk. They might go toe-to-toe with those guys. But yeah, their only redeeming factor is that they can sweep the skies, but that's about it. So I feel like Stetmann, you might just want to go Stack Breaker, just drop a bunch of Banelings Ultralisk and just go choo-choo and plow right through like the super squishy front line your opponents might have. But that, I don't know how long that would last, but we'll see. Stetmann's also lacking in the air department, so if the fight inevitably goes to the air and the skies, and your opponents have a good air-to-ground attack unit, and you don't have a good air-to-air unit because the enemy's air-to-air unit is better than yours, looking at Raynor or Han and Horner, for example, then you're kind of screwed. That's it. That's the cookie crumbling, boys. Next, we got Tychus in the D. Man, I think the Stim weeks are really hard to make Tychus work well. You kind of just have to cheese it like I did there, with just like drop the kevs and be like, choo-choo, blast through the Nexus. But yeah, like the longer the game goes on, I feel like the harder it is, I think, because there's more stuff dealing damage to you, and you only have that same limited health pool as before. I don't know. I think you really got to know what you're doing with Tychus this week to be really strong. And finally, we got Swan. I don't know if I need to explain this one, but like, I don't know, Swan's frontline has not always been the strongest. Now it's even more fragile. Swan's like medium-sized DPS unit. I mean, you might be able to pull something off with Wraiths. Goliaths is his other medium-sized DPS unit. Oh my god, those things will just fall over. I don't think they don't attack fast enough, and they don't do enough damage overall. So they're just gonna fall over and die most of the time to everything that's gonna run at them. And I mean, if you can somehow manage to get your tanks to stay alive, then that could be very good. But then they'll run out of targets to shoot, and then they're basically dead because they spend 4 seconds trying to figure out if they want to siege or unsiege, and then that's it. Thors are single target. They got like decent AoE, but like, oh, you gotta really hit them in the center, and you gotta have a lot of them, and they're really pricey. So Swan, bad situation, basically it. Yeah. Well, that's the tier list for this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And until next time, I will see you guys later.
The tires, let's light some fires! Need a light. They picked the wrong fight.